Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Okay, and when did you purchase this car?
In November.
From whom?
A lot. I can't remember the name of it.
What kind of car was it?
Silver Grand Prix, 2001.
Bird. Silver Grand Prix, 2001. How much did you pay for it?
I paid $1,400, and then with tax it came up to $1,464.
And what'd you buy a car for if you only had a learner's permit?
I was excited. I got my permit. I never had a car before, and then I had the money, so I just wanted to buy it until I got my license, and then I was going to start driving it more than I had already.
V6?
Yes.
1925.
Oh, well, you got a good deal on it. You paid $1,400. Is that right?
Yes.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,400. That's all. Thank you.
What is our excuse when they step out?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
I think justice was served. Now I'm finally going to be able to get a car so I can get back and forth to work, so I'm happy.
I asked her to borrow her car. She knows she gave me her car and everything.
I didn't even let Carl borrow the car. He called me at 3 o'clock in the morning and told me he was crashed my car. He agreed to pay me back, but he never did.
I could have lost my life that day, so I was real shooken up. Luckily, I had God on my side of my seatbelt, so at the end of the day, I'm still here.
I made him go file a police report.
I went to the police, filed a report, told them I was here, here it is, here I am. And they just said whatever.
If somebody says don't use your car, don't use it.
Just don't ask people for their stuff if they ain't got the proper paperwork.
New Country, 94.7 KTTS. Set your number one preset in the car to 94.7 KTTS. The Ozarks New Country.
94.7 KTTS.
My daughter loves it when I take her fly fishing, but if I can't see well enough to tie on the fly, we'll both miss out.
At Missouri Eye Institute, we've been helping patients enjoy their quality time with our cataract services. Our team is with you throughout the entire journey, and our personal approach means no long wait for exams and surgery.
Thanks to Missouri Eye Institute, my family and I are enjoying plenty of fishing.
Missouri Eye Institute, come join us on your journey to a better life.
The homes that we live in, the air that keeps them warm, the power that keeps us going. Behind it all are real people with real skills. Skills that can't be replaced by AI. At Midwest Technical Institute, you'll learn the skills that keep our world moving. From welding and pipe fitting to HVAC and electrical. Trade up to a career with staying power. Trade up to trade school. Learn more at midwesttech.edu.
Here at Ozarksfirst, we're honoring remarkable women who make a difference in our community all across the Ozarks. Tune in to our evening news each Tuesday in March to see this year's Remarkable Women.
Ozarks First, voted Best Investigative Reporting by the Missouri Broadcasters Association. You're watching Ozarks First.
Tonight on Ozarks First News at 5, the funeral and visitation is set for the 2 fallen deputies in this week's shooting. How organizers and the community are coming together. And lawmakers in Missouri looking to pass legislation that would change how high school sports operate, why a representative of Misha says they're being attacked. Then later, Hillary Clinton appears for her deposition on the Epstein files, with lawmakers claiming that some files are missing. Ozarks First News at 5 starts right now.
This is Ozarks First News at 5.
Our coverage tonight of 2 fallen Christian County Sheriff's deputies continues. Visitation and funeral services are set for deputies Gabriel Ramirez and Michael Highslope. Thank you for joining us here at 5. I'm Jesse Inman. The Missouri Law Enforcement Funeral Assistance Team is coordinating everything, from logistics to security, as thousands of people are expected to attend. Tonight, Ozarks First Doreen Abaya spoke with organizers about what to expect and how the community is coming together. Doreen.
Jesse, I'm here in Christian County, and behind me is the James River Church, where both visitation and the funeral will be held. Organizers say they're ready to accommodate a massive turnout and also to honor the family's wishes to the minutest detail.
The planning starts as soon as we get a call. We meet with the families. We go through what the logistics of it looks like, what kind of funeral they want to have. And it's really about what the family wants and honoring that individual to the best of our abilities.
The sheriff's office will release final time and details, including routes that will be taken for people to pay their respects, including honors by the family.
Those honors were dependent on what the families wanted. The main police honors, like you would see in a military type setting, those will all be rendered as well, because these were also military veterans.
We're ready to host both the visitation and the funeral services on Friday and Saturday.
The church can hold about 3,500 people, with room for more if needed.
We do believe that we're well situated to be able to hold 2 separate visitations in 2 different parts of the building, and then 1 combined memorial service.
The visitation will be here tomorrow from 5 to 8, and the funeral on Saturday starting at 1 p.m. Reporting here in Christian County, Doreen Abaya, Ozarksfirst.
All right, Doreen, thanks. Certainly going to be a big turnout for that. As the community continues to mourn, we do want you to know there are ways to help the families that are affected by this tragedy. On our website, Ozarksfirst.com, we have a full list of ways that you can help. Of course, anything goes a long way for these grieving families who have had their world rocked. Police have also warned of a scam going around, and they're reminding you to double check those things before you donate to them. All right, let's talk about our forecast now here at 5. Pretty nice day out there today. We have more of this nice weather coming. A live look for you right now from one of our cameras over Table Rock Lake. Wouldn't have been a bad day for some fishing out there. In fact, trout season starts this Sunday, March 1st, coming around our way. Here's meteorologist Jamie Warner. And Jamie, the 70s, man, they're hard to come by usually this time of year.
You know, typically you would think so. But this has been an unusual winter in terms of the number of warm days that we've had. And this has been an unusual February in the number of 70-degree days that we've had. And on the map right now, being that we have that feel of early spring, we've got some early spring severe weather down to the south. This isn't necessarily a severe thunderstorm, but it is a strong thunderstorm producing lightning and probably some small hail tracking north of I-40. Locally in our area, we've actually enjoyed a beautiful day, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures in the 60s at this hour. We will drop through the 50s and 40s this evening, and it looks like we'll get maybe just below the 40-degree mark to start off our Friday. Warm finish to the month, though. Friday, Saturday, spring fever alert. In fact, it looks like record highs are looking more likely on Saturday before the pattern takes a major turn heading into March. Jesse?
All right, Jamie. Can't wait to hear about that. Be sure to download the Ozarksfirst weather app. We've got weather alerts for approaching storms for you sent straight to your phone. You can also check out the current radar, the same ones that our team gets to see here in the weather lab. And the storm season coming, it's a good tool to have, the Ozarksfirst weather app. Lawmakers in the Missouri Senate closer to voting on a bill that looks to reform parts of the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Now, that measure had already been voted out of committee and was added to the Senate's informal perfection calendar earlier this week. And that proposal would create a separate governor-appointed board to oversee the Independent Youth Sports Association. Dr. Jennifer Ruckstad says MISHA is under attack by the Missouri legislature.
Our objective is to remain an independent entity. While we are open to working with the state of Missouri and with ideas like the outside appeals committee, anything beyond that will be seen as takeover of a private organization.
The measure awaits full approval from the Senate. More news to share with you always, more than we can fit in a newscast here. We're on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, we're on YouTube, Facebook, X. Ozarksfirst.com, though, that's where to find all of our coverage, and the Ozarks First Plus app More on that in just a bit. But some big news to get to coming up. Hillary Clinton appearing before Congress today for her deposition on the Epstein files. We'll tell you why some lawmakers are saying it's not enough. And the latest rounds of nuclear talks with Iran, what top officials are saying should be done if a deal is not reached. That's all coming up.
This is Ozarks First News at 5 with Jesse Inman and Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warrener. Ozarks First, voted Best News Series by the Missouri Broadcasters Association.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Ray with Ozarks First, and I'm the MC for this year's Tool Belt and Bow Ties Gala. We're a proud community partner for this special night, supporting Habitat for Humanity and their mission to build safe, affordable homes. This year's theme is Dockside Dreams, so grab your best lake-inspired attire and join us as we come together to make a real difference, creating stability, opportunity, and a place to truly call home. Join us March 5th. Scan the QR code to get your tickets now. Ozarks First, proud community partner of the Tool Belt and Bow Ties Gala.
Has your boss crossed the line? Harassed at work? I will tame the predators for you.
The 37th annual RV Mega Show and Sale is back at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds E-Plex this weekend. It'll be stuffed with RVs, truck sliders, pull trailers, fifth wheels, and a few monster motorhomes. For 3 decades, we've brought the best RVs for sale because this is the place to buy. More RVs are sold at this show than anywhere else because of our huge number of dealers offering great financing for 3 days only. Cola RV Supply is back with super supplies. The RV Mega Show this weekend at the Springfield E-Plex.
Could you imagine walking up to 8 miles a day just to find water?
1,000 children under 5 die every day in Africa due to waterborne illnesses.
WorldServe places wells in the heart of the community where people are living.
We are incredibly blessed here in the Ozarks. This is our chance to turn those blessings into hope. When water is nearby, women and children are safer. They have security and peace.
March 22nd is World Water Day. Please give today. Together we can change lives with clean water.
Listen, you've got a whole list of major problems happening under your house.
Yes, there are some problems in your crawl space, but they're all fixable.
You got structural damage, and if we don't fix this right now, you're putting your whole family in danger.
Yes, you have water damage, but your family's not at risk.
Your house could be condemned.
Let me just stop him right there. That's a tactic most salesmen use to pressure you into signing. Call the Smouse Brothers today for an honest estimate.
If you've been thinking your house may be sinking, get a Smouse under your house.
Has your boss crossed the line? Harassed at work? I will tame the predators for you.
At least one U.S. citizen is among the 4 who were confirmed to be killed off the coast of Cuba yesterday. 6 others also injured in the incident. Another citizen also among those arrested. The Cuban government claims the men on board fired first. Officials now working to verify the identities and the citizenship status of the rest of those killed and wounded.
We're going to find out exactly what happened here, and then we'll respond accordingly.
Cuba says it seized several firearms and bulletproof vests from the boat, alleging the group had intentions of carrying out terrorism. The boat's owner alleged that the vessel had been stolen by an employee. The United States yet to verify those claims. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton answering questions under oath from the House Oversight Committee today in connection with the Epstein files. At the same time, there are new questions now about whether documents related to allegations against President Trump are missing. Erica Brown has the latest from Capitol Hill.
A motorcade carrying former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton arrived Thursday morning for her closed-door deposition in Chappaqua, New York, where lawmakers grilled her about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell.
No one's accusing at this moment the Clintons of any wrongdoing. They're going to have due process, but we have a lot of questions.
House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer laid out some of those questions.
How was he able to surround himself with some of the most powerful men in the world? Was he an asset for our government or any other government?
In the written opening statement she provided, Clinton said in part, quote, "I had no idea about their criminal activities. I do not recall ever encountering Mr. Epstein." She also accused the committee of trying to distract from President Trump's actions.
I hope that Chairman Comer and the Republicans will join us in demanding that the person who actually appears more times in the files than the former president, who we want to speak with, is President Donald Trump.
Former President Bill Clinton is expected to testify Friday, and Chairman Comer denied the Clintons' request to conduct the questioning in public, but said he may consider a public hearing at a later time. Comer also said the committee is looking into an NPR report that an Epstein survivor's allegations accusing Trump of sexual misconduct are missing from the Justice Department's document release.
We want to understand right now where the missing FBI files are.
Both President Trump and former President Clinton deny any criminal wrongdoing and have not been charged in connection with the late disgraced financier. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
For several hours, unmarked vehicles came and went from Nancy Guthrie's home in what's been called a final sweep for evidence before the home is returned to the family. It's not clear if there was a particular tip linked to the surge in activity, but the FBI says the new $1 million reward has generated all kinds of new tips to investigate. As of last night, over 1,500. The identity of the masked man caught on camera is still unknown, but it's hoped the new reward and tips could change that. The United States just held more negotiations with Iran as tensions escalate in the region. In today's Political Minute, Blake Berman has the details.
Another round of talks with Iran. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and the U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff meeting with Iran's foreign minister in Switzerland on Thursday in pursuit of a potential nuclear deal. President Trump wants Iran to back off its nuclear ambitions and hasn't downplayed potential military actions if they don't make a deal. 2 aircraft carriers and other U.S. military assets are positioned in the region if the president chooses to go down that path. The Senate Majority Leader John Thune saying on Thursday that any strikes on Iran should result in regime change. This week, his Democratic counterpart, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, called the situation with Iran serious. House Democrats are planning to force a vote on a war powers resolution next week. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
All right, coming up next, we're going to hear from Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner. A live look here at Quapaw, Oklahoma, just on the other side of the state line near Joplin. Pretty nice day out there, man. I hope you got to get out there and enjoy it. But if you didn't, good news. More of this nice weather to come before rain chances move in. Jamie's got all the details next.
You remember our Killing Cancer special with Dr. Pat? Oh boy, we poked the bear, and now we're taking it a step further. And we're going to have an honest conversation about why we haven't cured cancer. Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
News Nation Saturday.
I'm News Nation's Brian Enton on the ground in Arizona. I'll be answering your questions live as the search for Nancy Guthrie continues.
Missing the Nancy Guthrie Mystery. Saturday, 8, 7 Central on News Nation.
Improve the value and look of your home, plus save on utility bills with new Energy Wall. Premium windows and doors from Polaris, and get 50% off installation. Offered exclusively by Modern Exteriors. The breakthrough design outranks the competition with 20 standard features like insulated window frames and sashes. Call Modern Exteriors today for a free, no-hassle, no-pressure estimate.
Modern Exteriors, where quality and price become friends.
Menards' 11% rebate is here. From lighting to lumber, from doors to floors. The bigger the project, the bigger the rebate. Now's the time to stock up and save on everything you need. Breathe easier with Best Air allergen air filters. These pleated air filters trap larger airborne contaminants, keeping allergens out of your home. And they last up to 12 months. On sale for a $17.79 value after rebate. Hurry in. The 11% rebate is here.
Save big money at Menards.
Shopping Ollie's First means saving up to 70% off fancy store prices every day. To demonstrate, we gave Shopper A $100 to go shop a fancy store. We sent Shopper B to Ollie's. As they say, the proof is in the cart.
Nobody says that.
And yet, I just did. The brands you know and trust, all up to 70% off.
Ollie's! Good stuff, cheap!
Driving to work? What's up ahead? Find out before you leave home by watching Daybreak's traffic report. See live traffic cams, accident locations, and construction sites. Ozarksfirst Daybreak Traffic Reports, sponsored by Aaron Saxon Associates.
Well, I think today by far has been the nicest day of this work week. We had sunny skies, or at least mostly sunny skies, and temperatures every bit as warm as the last couple of days. In fact, a little warmer, making it well into the 60s. It was a gorgeous late February day. Kicked off a few showers and thunderstorms, though, off to the south. You can see them marching off to the east-southeast, right along I-40 there in Arkansas. That is close to where there's a bit of a leftover boundary. That boundary is going to fade away overnight tonight. I think the bigger story is the fact that we had the system come through last night, and there's no cold air behind it. We talked about this the last few days, how it was going to go through. There's really no cold air behind it. This area high pressure is going to glide across the area tonight. We're going to be on the warmer side of that high tomorrow, and it looks like those southwest winds will start to pick up, and they're going to be blowing in spring fever. Looks like a gorgeous end to the month of February, and this is going to be a two-day affair. We've got Friday, we've got Saturday, where afternoon highs are going to be well into the 70s. Let's take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. Again, rain to the south continues to press out of the area, and we are going to be looking at a clear night. There might even be a bit of fog developing towards sunrise off to the southeast. You can see maybe in areas like Alton. As we work through our Friday, what we're going to find is it's going to be beautiful. I mean, start to finish, sunny skies. And with that sunshine and with those southwest winds, you guessed it, and I already said it, we're going to be really warm. We're going into the 70s after a chilly start to the day. Morning temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s. Looks like about 38 here in Springfield for a morning low, but we end up at 74 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. So by my count, that would be day number 6 of hitting 70 this month. And then on Saturday, we do it again. Looks like we're back in the 70s. In fact, I think Saturday looks even warmer. Now, there may be a wave of partly cloudy skies that spills across the area maybe during the morning into the afternoon. But I don't think that's going to hold back high temperatures too much. Looks like we're going to be warming into the mid to upper 70s. In fact, 80 in Harrison, 81 in Fayetteville. Winds are going to be a bit more breezy out of the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. That would be the 7th 70-degree day this month of February. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that's a lot of 70-degree days. In fact, that would be the third most 70-degree days recorded here in Springfield in the month of February. And I think on Saturday, we're probably going to tie the record high. The record is 77. I think we're going to get to 77. Other locations are going to be so close to hitting their record highs as well. You can see Joplin, 78, 76 in West Plains, Raleigh area coming in at 75 degrees. Now, Saturday night, still expect a cold front to go through, and we're going to find ourselves on the cooler side of that front by Sunday. That's also going to be an area where we have these rain triggers moving through, interacting with that front. That's going to be an area that's going to be favored for clouds and also waves of showers. And that starts Sunday. And I think this front, while it may try to wobble around a little bit, it's going to tend to try to stay just to our south. So we're going to stay in that zone where it stays cloudy and showery. And looks like rainfall totals through Thursday, pretty healthy. I mean, I think we're looking at a general 1 to 3 inches from northeast Oklahoma right up I-44 into the St. Louis area. And with the weather pattern, a little cooler too. It looks like highs upper 40s to low 50s Sunday, Monday, warming on Tuesday as the front tries to wobble north, 60s on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we may get an opportunity to get some sunshine with highs back up near 70. Jesse?
Love to see that as March starts on Sunday. Jamie, thanks. A new analysis finds the price of digital subscriptions are on the rise. The online platform Deposit Accounts says researchers examined the prices of 15 popular subscription services over the last 6 years. That study found Americans are paying 19% more than they did back in 2020. Separate data collected shows subscribers pay for an average of $4.5 services, that is. That equates to about $84 a month. for that for services. A third of respondents say they canceled at least one subscription in the last 6 months due to cost. Up next, a semi-truck driver received some unlikely help in clearing the road. Got the full story for you on this after the break.
Congresswoman Lauren Boebert joins Chris Cuomo live tonight, then tomorrow.
Hey, remember our Killing Cancer special with Dr. Pat? Oh boy, we poked the bear, and now we're taking it a step further. And we're going to have an honest conversation about why we haven't cured cancer. Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central, only on News Nation.
To find News Nation on your screen, go to newsnationnow.com.
Tom Schmidt on Ozarks First. First in weather, first for you.
You don't remodel your kitchen just because. You do it because the little frustrations add up until one day you've had enough. So come where real remodeling starts, where designers don't just nod, they help build your vision. Southern Materials Company. Remodel with confidence.
The wind rolled in and blew your shingles away. Your ceiling is dripping, but it's okay. Call Absolute. Absolute. A leaky roof can be a downer. Don't trust your home to no out-of-towners. Call Absolute. Absolute. Call Absolute. Absolute. Call Absolute. Absolute.
Let's check out my things. Let's try on this one. No. Listen to me now. A hairbrush. Wow, I look beautiful in this. Orange. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. The glitter all over things. Pizza, queso, yummy. Luces pintadas de corazones. This. Now I'm gonna make these into the frog.
Joy and celebration. Culture that breathes. Music that moves the soul. Traditions in the heart. Pride in who we are. Power in our stories. Hope in what's next. Loudly, proudly, joyfully.
Keep watching to discover more about Black history, honoring Black history on Ozarks First. Tune in March 14th to watch this year's 2026 St. Patrick's Day Parade live only on Ozarks First Plus. Get an up-close look at all the floats and fun as we'll be streaming live throughout the whole parade. Download the Ozarks First Plus app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device.
Well, folks, we told you before the break that millions of people out there canceling subscription services because of the cost. Well, we've got one for you that's free. It's Ozarks First Plus. We have all of our newscasts there, so if you just want the news, you can get it there. But if you want something more, maybe a little entertainment, we've got that for you as well. 6 unique shows, including Put Me In, Coach, hosted by myself and Chris Pinson. Today on our episode, we talked about the U.S. men's hockey team. We got you ready for baseball season, and we had a little bit of fun with some impressions of our own. Take a look.
Jesse, loaded show today.
Yeah.
USA hockey, baseball, automatic balls and strikes. We
Yep.
got some football news to talk about.
We're going to debut a new segment here this week.
I'm sorry?
A new segment. A new segment. I loved watching the USA men's hockey team win their first gold since 1980. This was a magical moment for the country. It made me wish that like the Super Bowl was at like 8 a.m. because I just love waking up to high stakes sports. NFL Combine starts today.
40-yard dash catches everybody's eye because how fast are you? When you get a big man who can run under a sub 5-second 40, and you see their entire body just moving in slow motion, those dudes look like Jell-O on a track star's body.
Ozarks First Impressions.
Yes.
Couple topics, and we're going to see what these, we'll give you a little impression of what so-and-so might think of it. What would Gollum Smeagol think about this new automated ball strike system? Scott Hansen of NFL Network fame coming to you here live. Got the duo double box here on a Thursday. Having some fun, folks. Doesn't have to be serious all the time. Go to Ozarksfirst Plus for all of our shows there. You can get it for free. Again, folks, for free on your smart TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, and Roku. Hey, if you've ever been in an accident, the last people you'd ever expect to help you clear the road would be the FBI. But one trucker got exactly what that would look like. Take a look at this. The video showing the FBI using an armored vehicle in order to clear an overturned semi-truck in Nevada. Caused the crash, not revealed, but a wind advisory was in place with difficult travel for high-profile vehicles expected. We'll be right back.
Once upon a time, there was a big house that had a little leak in the crawl space. A man from a national company told the lady her house was in danger of falling down. He pressured her and said the house should be condemned and it would cost a lot of money. Luckily, the lady called the Smouse Brothers. They came and gave her an honest estimate and the problem was fixed.
If you've been thinking your house may be sinking, get a Smouse under your house.
Attention. If you have Medicaid and live in Missouri and need assistance with daily living, you can receive a 100% free service and get help in the comfort of your own home by a loved one. Call Freedom Care now so you can receive daily help preparing meals, bathing, doing laundry, receiving transportation, and more, all done by a family member or friend who gets paid to be your caregiver. You get to decide who provides your care, and your caregiver can choose to get paid instantly after their shift. It's all funded by Medicaid, so it's 100% free to you. Call in the next 10 minutes to see if you qualify. The Freedom Care family will explain the process, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. Freedom Care is a leading choice for home care in Missouri and has received over 5,000 five-star reviews. They've been helping families for years. This service is 100% free to you through Medicaid. So call right now and see how fast you can get started with Freedom Care.
Healing takes more than medicine. It takes people like you. At Midwest Technical Institute, you'll train to care for others in dental offices, medical clinics, and hospitals across your community. In just months, you'll be ready to step into a career where you can change lives, including your own. Trade up to compassion. Trade up to possibility. Trade up to trade school. Learn more at midwesttech.edu.
Watch Ozarks First live on your TV with exclusive originals.
The coolest thing ever. You're hearing this first on Ozarks First.
Ozarks First. First in news, first for you. Download the Ozarks First Plus streaming TV app free today.
New CBS Tonight. Georgie and Mandy return with a brand new episode.
It's a good time to be alive.
Could there be anything better?
We're ready for this no phase to be over?
She didn't get it from me. I'm a yes man.
Really?
Want to go have sex right now?
I hate when you're smart.
TV's #1 comedy is back.
You're the best.
I'm only the best when I do what you want.
The system works.
All new Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. CBS Tonight, 8/7 Central, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Folks, we'll see you right back here at 6 for more news and weather. Stay with us.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopel. The breaking news right now.
I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein.
In the hot seat, Hillary Clinton testifying in front of lawmakers what she told them about Epstein as photos of her leak from inside the room. Also developing tonight, a U.S. citizen among the dead and another in Cuban custody after that shootout at sea. What the Trump administration is saying tonight. The new images tonight in the trial of a father facing charges for his son's school shooting in Georgia. What happened today that made the court cut the video feed? And new developments in the search for Nancy Guthrie. What experts are now saying about whether multiple people may have been involved in her kidnapping. Where? And video just in from a burning home.
Cover.
A mother asked to throw her toddler and the family dog off a second-floor balcony. What happened next?
Thank you so much.
The good stuff tonight, the kid who lost his Pokemon cards but found just how kind the world can be.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News with Tony DeCopel.
Thank you so much for joining us on a very busy Thursday night. For the first time, a former First Lady and former president are testifying before Congress under oath and compelled by subpoena. And the topic is Jeffrey Epstein. In testimony today by Hillary Clinton and a scheduled appearance tomorrow by Bill Clinton, they are the latest sign that a public reckoning over Epstein's abuse of underage girls and his long ties to powerful figures is only growing. And there is no telling tonight where it will lead. Moments ago, Hillary Clinton addressed reporters after giving her testimony in which she denied knowing about Epstein's misdeeds and accused House Republicans of trying to distract attention from President Donald Trump. It was supposed to be a closed-door hearing, but the politics and a picture spilled right out into public. Here's congressional correspondent Nicole Killian. Nicole, good evening.
Hey, good evening to you, Tony. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton just emerged after nearly 7 hours of testimony. Even though she wanted a public hearing, she told me she will not be testifying again, calling today's proceedings repetitive.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton showed up for her deposition, firmly denying any connection to the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices.
But Secretary Clinton did have interactions with co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell.
What specific information do you believe she has that warrants her testimony?
Well, you'll see. We know that obviously Maxwell was a guest at Chelsea Clinton's wedding. There weren't many people that went to that wedding. So, again, we're not accusing Hillary Clinton of wrongdoing.
The proceedings were paused after photos of Clinton were leaked online in violation of House rules by Colorado Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert.
I really admire her skills, so I wanted to capture that for everyone.
Members of Congress and the Republican Party are more concerned about getting their photo op of Secretary Clinton than actually getting to the truth.
Democrats said Clinton cooperated with the panel and resumed her testimony. Her husband, former President Bill Clinton, will testify Friday about his ties to Epstein. Survivor Liz Stein says his testimony is important to her and other survivors.
Anyone who had any connection and any knowledge of Epstein's crimes and wrongdoing deserves to be questioned about it.
The former president has not been accused of any wrongdoing. The former First Lady told reporters that her husband's connections with Epstein ended well before Epstein's criminal activities came to light, and that he will speak to that tomorrow, Tony.
All right, Nicole, thank you very much. Tonight, we're also learning a lot more about that deadly shootout that took place yesterday off the coast of Cuba. All 10 men, which Cuba described as heavily armed and bent on terrorism, had been living in the United States. And according to a U.S. official, at least one of the 4 dead was a citizen of the United States. Here's CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides. Christian, good evening.
Tony, good evening. U.S. officials are pressing for answers from Cuban officials, and they're calling for an independent investigation into the deadly incident that happened in Cuban waters. A White House official confirmed to CBS News that U.S. citizens and legal residents were involved in yesterday's deadly shootout off the coast of Cuba. And we're told at least one U.S. citizen is currently in Cuban custody. According to Cuba's Ministry of the Interior, the Florida registered boat was a nautical mile northeast of the El Pino Canal in Cayo Falcones when the Cuban border guard approached it for identification. Cuban officials claimed there were 10 armed men on board and that they opened fire first, injuring a Cuban commander. Cuba says its border guard returned fire, killing 4 men and injuring 6 others. The injured were taken to this hospital in Cuba for treatment. Cuban officials say assault rifles, homemade explosive devices, and bulletproof vests were seized. They claim the men intended to carry out an infiltration for terrorist purposes.
We're going to find out exactly what happened here.
and then we'll respond accordingly.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
We obviously want to have access to these people.
We have also learned tonight that the U.S. vessel in question was stolen. A sheriff's report obtained by CBS News states it was reported stolen yesterday. The boat's owner told law enforcement he knew one of the men on board who is believed to have taken it. The vessel is a 24-foot Proline motorboat manufactured in 1981, similar to this one. Tonight, Cuban officials released the names of all 10 men on board. Among the 4 killed, Michelle Ortega Casanova. His phone is still ringing. Ibrahim Bosch hasn't stopped calling his friend Ortega. Together, they attended rallies advocating for freedom in Cuba. What was he like? He was an excellent person. Ortega's family tells CBS News they have not received any information and are pleading for answers on how they can recover his body. Another friend who knew Ortega said that Ortega told him that he was willing to risk everything for Cuba, including taking up arms. Cuban officials, meantime, said that they have a right to defend their territorial waters. Tony?
Christian, thank you very much. Tonight, a new chapter in the surprisingly warm relationship between President Trump and the Democratic Socialist mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani. The two met again today at the White House, where attention turned to a Columbia University student detained in an ICE raid this morning. CBS News correspondent Tom Hansen has been following this for us today. Tom, good evening.
Good evening to you, Tony. We're standing just steps away from where this incident reportedly happened. That student, Elmina Agayeva, who goes by Ellie, is from Azerbaijan, and here's what we know so far. She was detained at 6:30 this morning when ICE agents appeared at her dorm. DHS said her visa was revoked in 2016. Agayeva, who is a social media influencer, posted a photo of herself after she was taken, saying, "DHS illegally arrested me. Please help." As word spread of the incident, hundreds of protesters assembled, calling for the woman's release. This afternoon, New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani visited the White House for a meeting about housing policy, where he shared his concerns with President Trump about the student's detainment. And hours later, she was released and returned to campus. She says that she is safe, but in complete shock over what happened. And university officials claim ICE misidentified itself to gain access to the building. Now, DHS refutes that. They say that officers showed their badges and verbally identified themselves. Tony.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Some breaking news to get to tonight. Netflix says it will not raise its bid for Warner Brothers Discovery to match a rival bid by Paramount Skydance, which, of course, is the parent company of CBS News. Netflix called the deal, quote, no longer financially attractive after the Warner Brothers board said the Paramount offer was better. Now to Georgia, and a moment to note at the trial of a father accused of enabling his son to carry out a deadly school shooting there. The father bought his son the weapon used, and today the court showed video of the son carrying that very weapon moments before he opened fire. CBS News correspondent Skylar Henry has been following the trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, the state has arrested. As the prosecution wrapped its case against Colin Gray, the state played jurors security footage from inside Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. On September 4th, 2024, Gray's son Colt is alleged to have opened fire in the school, killing 2 students and 2 teachers. Cameras caught Colt Gray in class, fidgeting, texting, then eventually walking into a bathroom with his backpack, where he contacted his mother, who then called the school. A short while later, resource officers go into the bathroom and take out a different student with a similar name. Colt follows afterwards wearing yellow gloves, carrying the bag with a poster board concealing an AR-15 style rifle. The final image allowed to be shown by the court's pool camera. Colt peering into a classroom holding the firearm. Today, as prosecutors began their replay of the actual shooting, the pool camera shifted to Colt's father, Colin, who immediately broke down in tears. Over the last 9 days, jurors have heard witness testimony from Colin's estranged wife and daughter, first responders, as well as students and staff who were impacted both physically and emotionally.
After I got shot, I turned to my friend Landon and I asked him to hold my hand because I was scared.
The defense plans to call one witness to the stand tomorrow, Colin Gray. His son Colt is awaiting trial and has pleaded not guilty. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Atlanta.
Now to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. 26 days in we are, and the main crime scene in Tucson is now being turned back over to the Guthrie family. CBS News correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti now on a new theory in what remains, for now anyway, a baffling abduction.
Authorities have returned Nancy Guthrie's home to her family nearly a month after she was kidnapped.
What does that mean right now in the stage of this investigation?
Investigators believe they've obtained all the evidence they're going to be able to obtain from that crime scene.
It comes as a source says the FBI is moving its command post from Tucson to its headquarters in Phoenix as part of what's being called a long-term plan. And authorities are not ruling out more than one accomplice.
If it's an organized group with multiple people involved, you're looking at a level of higher sophistications that help prevent them from leaving a signature.
Including on surveillance. Experts say a Wi-Fi jamming device could have been used.
Wi-Fi jammers, which are illegal in the United States, but definitely disrupt surveillance images, alarms, maybe even cell phone connections on Wi-Fi backups.
The Pima County Sheriff says DNA taken from Guthrie's residence and described by sources as low level is still being analyzed at this lab in Florida.
Someone out there knows something.
Nearly 24,000 tips have poured into the FBI, more than 1,500 alone since the family announced a $1 million reward on Tuesday.
If this is an organization, people talk. It's that type of individual they're targeting with this $1 million reward now. Now, this is life-changing money.
And sources tell CBS News there has been friction between agencies here on the ground over the sharing of information. This as the FBI continues to call on the public for help. Anyone with information is asked to call that number on the screen, Tony.
Those numbers again, Jonathan, thank you very much. We turn now to Geneva, Switzerland, and what was, by all accounts, a productive day of face-to-face talks between the United States and Iran. But despite progress toward a deal, both countries and the region are also preparing for failure and the potential for war. Here's CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata from Israel tonight.
Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law, ended today's talks in Geneva with the promise of more talks. Talking peace while preparing for war. The Ford aircraft carrier pulled out of port in Greece, heading east to join the massive U.S. military buildup, including F-22 stealth fighter jets deployed to Israel for the first time. Divisions remain over curbing Iran's nuclear enrichment and more.
We'll have to have conversations about more than just the nuclear program, but if you can't even make progress on the nuclear program, it's going to be hard to make progress on the ballistic missiles as well.
Those missiles, Israel's most urgent threat. Last June, Israeli residents experienced them firsthand. A CBS News camera captured the moment missiles penetrated Israel's vaunted Iron Dome air defense system and U.S. interceptors, striking residential neighborhoods in Tel Aviv.
Did you ever expect that this would happen right in Tel Aviv?
Adi Gafni was sheltering during those explosions.
That must have been terrifying.
It really was insane, and I cannot explain it with words enough.
If the U.S. attacks Iran, those same Iranian missiles also putting thousands of American troops well within reach. The entire region remains on a state of high alert. The next round of talks scheduled to take place in Vienna on Monday, where it's hoped there'll be some kind of breakthrough. Meantime, President Trump considers his next steps. Tony?
Charlie, thank you very much. Still ahead on the broadcast tonight, an ultimatum from the Pentagon over artificial intelligence in warfare.
A diagnosis doesn't define you. Even ATTR cardiac amyloidosis. You've come a long way. Your path was never set in stone. So why would life with ATTR-CM define you? You have the power of choice. Atrubi is an oral medicine used to treat adults with ATTR-CM to reduce death and hospitalization related to heart problems. Atrubi helps slow the progression of ATTR-CM. People taking Atrubi were 50% less likely to be hospitalized for heart issues. Tell your doctor if you're pregnant, plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding, and about the medications you take. The most common side effects were mild and included diarrhea and abdominal pain. If you have ATTR cardiac amyloidosis, ask your cardiologist if Attruby is right for you. It's time to get busy living.
It looks like an ordinary staircase, but as you age with occasional nerve discomfort that can feel like stabbing or pins and needles in your hands and feet, sometimes stairs can bring worry. As a retired doctor, now that I'm older myself, I take Nervive. Nervive Nerve Relief has ALA to start reducing occasional nerve discomfort in 7 days. Getting older happens, but living with occasional nerve discomfort doesn't have to. Try Nervive like I did and get your freedom back. Feel alive with Nervive.
At Enterprise Mobility, we never stop looking for new mobility solutions. Because sometimes the best road forward is the one you didn't expect.
At Ameriprise Financial, we know our clients are so much more than clients. They're conquerors and champions, parents and caretakers, believers and breadwinners. The goals that matter most to you matter most to us. Helping you achieve them is what we do best. With personal financial advice from an advisor you can trust and goal-based investing in solutions, it's no wonder we have a 4.9 out of 5 client satisfaction rating. Ameriprise Financial, advice worth talking about.
If you're concerned about what artificial intelligence means for the economy, consider what it might mean for war. The Pentagon wants to unleash the powerful chatbot Claude for all lawful military uses, and it's demanding that the company that built it, Anthropic, agree to some controversial changes by 5 p.m. tomorrow. Here's CBS News senior business and technology correspondent Jolene Kent.
With less than 24 hours left, Anthropic and the Pentagon are locked in a standoff over access to the company's powerful artificial intelligence.
You can't put the rules and the policies of the United States military and the government in the hands of one private company.
Today, Undersecretary of Defense Emil Michael told CBS News the military has now offered Anthropic concessions.
We will put it in writing that we're specifically acknowledging that these laws exist for the privacy of Americans. We're specifically acknowledging these policies that have been in place for years at the Pentagon regarding autonomous weapons.
But if Anthropic doesn't comply, the Pentagon says it will revoke the company's government contracts, labeling them a supply chain risk, or seize use of the technology under the Defense Production Act. Tonight, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei responded, saying these threats do not change our position. We cannot, in good conscience, accede to their request. The conflict stems from the Pentagon wanting unrestricted access to Anthropic's AI for military use, while Anthropic says it wants to maintain restrictions that will not allow the military to enable mass surveillance of Americans or AI-enabled autonomous weapons without human involvement. Jeffrey Laddish used to do work for Anthropic.
I think Dario is in a very difficult position. He really does want to make sure that Anthropic's AI systems are both used to help improve U.S. national defense, but he's also very concerned that those systems could be really misused.
We're here in San Francisco, just a stone's throw away from Anthropic headquarters, where the CEO, Dario Amodei, is not budging. He's saying to us in a news statement tonight that if the military does not intend to use Claude for mass surveillance or autonomous weapons, he says, quote, they should have no problem agreeing to these restrictions. And again, that deadline tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Tony?
It's a big story. Jolene, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Up next, a couple of skiers spot a pair of skis sticking out of some deep snow. We'll tell you what happened next.
Well, look at you powering through. You're not slowing down, you're raising eyebrows. Oh, and speed limits, you're way past those. Because you're playing for keeps. In other words, you're in your prime. So keep it that way with Ensure. 30 grams of protein to support your muscles and your mindset. Ensure yourself.
Bronchiectasis flares can make you loud. So loud, your flares can feel like they take over. And the worst part? Flares can cause permanent damage to your lungs. It's time to quiet your bronchiectasis flares by preventing as many as you can. Ask a pulmonologist about a different bronchiectasis treatment option that can help. Learn more at treatbe.com.
Ooh,
stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe.
When you need longer-lasting body pain relief, try Aleve. Just one dose of Aleve provides pain relief for up to 12 hours from all types of body pain. Aleve, longer-lasting body pain relief.
Thanks for coming in to talk about Doug Jr.
Of course. Third grade is when I learned Liberty Mutual could save you hundreds by customizing your car insurance.
Why don't you come sit with us?
Oh, a little snug. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Every Sunday night, he can't sleep. But not this Sunday.
When you really need to sleep, ZzzQuil has no equal. Get the deeply restorative sleep you need. ZzzQuil, not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep.
So I'm sensing a bit of tension between you two.
Well, our heart attack was a wake-up call, but I still feel like we could do more to avoid another one.
Come on. I started eating kale. Kale. And I take statins.
Right, and we're hitting the gym, but I'm worried it's not enough. I just want him to ask our doctor about Repatha.
Normally, I don't take sides, but you should listen to your heart.
Repatha plus a statin dramatically lowers LDL-C by 63% and drops the risk of having a heart attack by 27%. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
You were right. Our LDL-C is in a better place.
And so are we.
Listen to your heart. Ask your doctor about Repatha.
CBS Mornings.
CBS Mornings on CBS and where else?
Paramount Plus.
See you at 7.
CBS Mornings.
It's the ultimate what would you do scenario. Your house is on fire, your kids are in danger, but you're trapped on the second floor.
I got her. Drop her.
That's a 3-year-old dropped into the hands of a responding officer who, for good measure, also caught the family dog. As a fire ripped through that apartment in California's Bay Area last week. The rest of the family, by the way, they escaped by ladder, and yes, everyone is okay. It was the first run of the day. 2 friends on the slopes in California scanning the fresh powder, and that's when they see it. The top part of a pair of skis sticking out of the snow, and attached to them a fellow skier who apparently had just seconds to live. He gasped for air as soon as they wiped the snow away from his face. He was okay. Up next, the good stuff, how airline workers stepped up when a boy lost his favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Asthma. Does it have you missing out on what you love? Get back to better breathing with Fasenra, an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis, may occur. Get help right away for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop asthma treatments, including oral steroids, without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have a parasitic infection. Headache and sore throat may occur. Ask your doctor if Fasenra is right for you.
You know, WeatherTech isn't just for new cars. No matter how old or new your car is, it deserves WeatherTech. With laser-measured protection for practically every car on the road, we've got you covered. Because messes don't care what year your car is. Whatever you're driving, we got it. We got it. We got it. Got it. We got it. We got it. We've got it. Oh, we got it. No matter what year your vehicle is, it deserves WeatherTech. Order your American-made protection today at WT.com. We're WeatherTech. You know we got it.
How do you spell relief?
For heartburn, R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
For indigestion, R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
For fast relief,
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Rolate spells relief.
Mornings. Cough? Congestion?
All in one and done. With Mucinex Kickstart.
Headache?
Better.
Mucinex gives a morning jolt of instant cooling sensation. Also, try new Kickstart Severe Congestion and Cough.
Still taking yours?
Every day. Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
With the money I save switching to Progressive, I'm going to book that manicure.
Molly Burke is passive-progressive.
That's so nice. Maybe a pedicure, too.
Don't be like Molly.
Love you.
Drivers who switch could save hundreds.
When you need longer-lasting body pain relief, try Aleve. Just one dose of Aleve provides pain relief for up to 12 hours from all types of body pain. Aleve, longer-lasting body pain relief.
New Old Spice Cosmic Quest 24/7 freshness makes me want to be Mario. He has the confidence to fly through the galaxy wearing nothing but this. Thanks, Old Spice. Now I smell super.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy, a twice-daily pill for schizophrenia. Cobenfy was created with a different approach in mind and delivered improvement in schizophrenia symptoms overall. Plus, in clinical studies, most people saw no substantial weight gain.
Don't take if allergic to Cobenfy, have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems, slow stomach emptying, serious allergic reactions, narrow-angle glaucoma, increased heart rate, and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know how Cobenfy affects you. Seek help right away if you have hives, swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
Imagine what could be. Cobenfy.
We are back with the good stuff, and it begins tonight with a picture. You're looking at 7-year-old Reed on what he would later tell his little sister was the best day of his life. What's amazing is it began on one of the worst days of his life, because when you're 7 and you love Pokemon so much that you dress up as the characters, there is nothing worse than losing your cards. And Reed lost all of them, his entire binder, at a food court in the Denver airport last fall. You can imagine the agony. Dad posted online hoping someone had found the little binder and could return it, but that's not what happened. Instead, a worker for United Airlines saw the post and asked the company's thousands of employees if they had any Pokemon cards they could donate to Reed. And there's your happy picture.
We'd like to help you start a new collection.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
The response was so huge, in fact, that Reed couldn't fit it all into just one binder of cards. Not even close. He got more than 15,000 cards in all, many with handwritten notes like this one that said, "I, too, lost my collection when I was younger, and it hurt so much." I don't understand the first thing about Pokemon cards, but we all know the feeling of losing something. And now Reed knows the power of giving. His dad says he got so many wonderful cards, more than he can possibly play with, that he's going to start giving them away to other kids who need them. That's another day in America. I'm Tony DeCopel. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Good night for now.
Attention. If you have Medicaid and live in Missouri and need assistance with daily living, you can receive a 100% free service and get help in the comfort of your own home by a loved one. Call Freedom Care now so you can receive daily help preparing meals, bathing, doing laundry, receiving transportation, and more. All done by a family member or friend who gets paid to be your caregiver. You get to decide who provides your care, and your caregiver can choose to get paid instantly after their shift. It's all funded by Medicaid, so it's 100% free to you. Call in the next 10 minutes to see if you qualify. The Freedom Care family will explain the process, making it stress-free for patients and caregivers. Freedom Care is a leading choice for home care in Missouri and has received over 5,000 five-star reviews. They've been helping families for years. This service is 100% free to you through Medicaid. So call right now and see how fast you can get started with Freedom Care.
Have you been injured in a car accident?
She's real good.
Straight ahead here tonight at 6, the visitation and funeral arrangements have been announced for the Christian